What up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Radio Boss Hard Body, Chaotic Real Relationship Goals. AM Wake Up Show, what's good? AM Wake Up Show family, what's good? Big shout out to everybody, tuning in, tapping in. Definitely getting y'all ready real relationship goals with my partner, Brother Royce F. Robinson. Let me see. What up, though? In the comments, Con, how you doing? Good morning. I'm enough 70. Good morning. Hey, be sure you guys drop in the comments. Let me know where y'all are watching the show from this morning. All right, there you go. We live. Hi, I'm Clark checking in. Houston Very Own 24. What up? Beaumont checking in. What up, Fat? Marla, good morning. Frank's, good morning. Kim, good morning. Monica, good morning. Nate, what's going on? Good morning. Mike, good morning. Octavia, good morning. Marla, good morning. Lita, hey, Nanny. Huntsville checking in. My brother Ivory checking in. Lil Bubby, what's up? My boy rolling down 59. Audrey, good morning to the day ones. Hey, man. A plus J Real, good morning, my brother. I'm like, why can't y'all see me? Oh, wait. Hey, hold up. Hey, what up, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? Radio Boss Hard Body. I hope everybody having a blessed morning this morning. This is the part, like when the show come on and then boys be like, are we ready to go? And then y'all gotta be like, yeah. And then I'm gonna be like,
morning. I get up early in the morning. Good morning. I can hear my dreams calling. Ring. I go and get it, Yeah. I go and get it, I go and get it, Yeah.
what up, though? Good morning. Big shout out to everybody waking up with us this morning. Hey, we back again. One time for everybody that's tuning in on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, there's a whole nother side of the show that you may or may not see based on just this view of it. I always go live on Instagram because, at the end of the day, I know a lot of my IG family is on here with us. But again, the full layout, the full show this morning, Brother Royce F. Robinson, our relationship coach, will be joining me. So again, if you guys are on Instagram, you can watch the show on Facebook or YouTube, Hardbody KIOTTI, on YouTube or Facebook. Be sure you subscribe. Be sure you hit that like button. To all my day ones. Some of y'all had that notification on during the weekend and y'all caught that blessing now. Somebody caught that blessing now. You hear me? Happy birthday, Casey. Happy birthday, Casey. I see the comments. Happy birthday. Now look, some of y'all on IG may have never watched this before. before my wife and I got married, we sat down and went and got some help. And for me, that has been one of the most valuable pieces of information that I could have gotten. That was one of the most powerful things, that you can do whenever you're in a relationship. Some people may say, why? Well, I want you to imagine your relationship is a car, right? And when you buy this car, you want to fully enjoy this car. You want to be able to take this car all over the world. When you buy the car, your car comes with a warranty. The people tell you got a 3-year, 36,000 mile unlimited powertrain warranty. But you don't do the extra step and go get the bumper to bumper warranty, right? Whenever you jump in this car and you get to on the road, sometimes you're going to be in real life situations where you could be years down the road in this car. And whenever you get there, your car could have a breakdown. And the relationship coaching that you get are the tools that help you fix your car until you can get back to where you need to go. So a lot of us may be involved in these relationships and we're trying to figure out, hey, man, hey, I don't know what's going on, man. We got married, and after we got married, everything just went to the toilet. This is real life stuff, guys. People be like, hey, man, I don't know what happened, man. We got together, man. We was just having sex like rabbits. We was rabbits over here, rabbits over, man. We got married, man. Sex just went out the toilet. She say, don't touch her, don't do this, don't do that. Man, I don't know what happened. Yachty, when he first got with me, Yachty, he was whining and dining, and now he at home crying. He don't want to do nothing, big fella. He just say, I'm his wife. This is what I'm supposed to do. And woo woo. And y'all are having real life issues. But when you were in the dating phase, you never had to deal with or address any of those issues, right? So again, for me, whenever my car broke down, the counseling, the coaching, the other people, the mentors and the other couples praying over your relationship and being able to reach out and call, that did a lot for me personally, right? So again, I can't never tell y'all what to do or how to do it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, for me, I can only tell y'all what worked for me. That being said, welcome into the show this morning, all the way from wherever he's at in the world. Brother Royce F. Robinson.
What's good, man? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Brother Royce, what's going on?
Well, man, all is well, brother. All is well. Listen, when you came in, Kiati, it was this nice intro song, and come and get it, come and get it. Are you the only one that get to come in with that kind of intro?
Yeah. Brother Royce, all we got for you is
relationship goals. Need relationship advice? Yeah, man.
Do it now.
Real relationship goals with Kiati and Brother Royce F. Robinson.
There you go, Brother Royce. I got you together now. I just wanted to get you together, Brother Royce. I know how you feel about your intro.
Yeah, man. How you doing, brother? It's good. It's good to see you, man.
DJ Sway, 52 Savage. What's up? Dallas checking in on the ground. All right, Brother Royce, listen. I normally don't like putting people in my personal business.
Right on.
But my wife is at the dentist. I'm safe. Listen, let me tell you what had happened.
Yeah.
All right, look. Man, so Dylan got his little friend over here, Brother Royce.
All right.
Dylan and his little friend get ready to go outside and play. It's been raining outside. Dylan put his socks on and tell everybody, hey, man, we finna go and go outside and jump on this trampoline. It's wet outside, Brother Royce.
Okay.
The man put his socks on with his little homeboy, run outside, jump on the trampoline, and they know Dylan don't play like that. But he with his friend. His friend say he want to go outside. They go outside, wet socks, jump on the trampoline, run back up in the house with the wet socks. Dylan got his footprints. I know exactly where they went. I could see exactly the whole trail of where they went, right?
Right.
I said, hey, Dill, hey, come here, man. He pop his head around the corner like this. Boom. Right. He jump out the corner like, what's up?
Yeah. What's up, man?
I said, hey man, you went outside with your socks on to jump on the trampoline and you know it's wet outside? He hit me with his face.
Yeah, he's having a conversation in his head before he actually speaks. That's what that face is.
You going, oh, he looking at me like that, right? Boom. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, right. So he say, yeah. I said, say, dummy, don't do that. You know good and well you don't run up in this house with no wet socks. Like, what is you doing, man? Then I said, whatever his little friend name was. Hey, come here. You ran outside with your socks on? He said, no, I took my socks off. I just ran with my feet. I took my socks are dry. I ran with my feet, right? Boom.
Yeah.
I said, all right, man. Don't do that no more, dear. God dog, come on. Man, as soon as I walk into the room, here go my wife. You don't need to talk to him like that in front of his friends. You know he react a certain kind of way. I don't need to what? You shouldn't talk to him like that in front of his friends. You know he's sensitive.
Uh-oh.
I said, woman, if you don't shut your head. Okay, I ain't say that. Okay, I ain't say that.
No, you didn't say that.
You ain't say that. I ain't say that. That ain't what I said, right?
You did not say that, ladies and gentlemen.
I said reckless clientele say he keep the socks on for better grip. You gonna get him whooped. That's what you gonna do. Like, man, hold up. I know Shedrick ain't snitching. Did you just tag my wife on the Instagram, on the Facebook shit? What you doing? Let me tell the story. I tell the story, goddamn. So I stuck my head in the room. She said, don't be talk to him like that because you know he's sensitive in front of his friends and the way you talk to him. I said, hey, I said first and foremost, and I did say first and foremost, this is real. Don't talk to me about how I disciplined him. I could have went up there and whooped him. I ain't whoop him in front of his friends. I ain't cuss at him. All I said was, hey, dumb, don't do that. My parents, and I don't know if y'all grew up like we grew up. I got called all kind of stuff. I got the reset. I got the retail of the stories. Girl, let me tell you what he did. He thought it was a game till I called him outside and said, go get your own switch. He came back in here with the little switches. He ain't know I had already went outside and picked all the big switches. And so he came in and I was out there waiting and I'm like, like we got the whole retold stories. Our parents came to school with the whoopings. Like this is real life. Like I'm not making this up. We got handled as kids. I called him a dum-dum. Say, hey, dum-dum, don't do that. Come on. Hey, dum-dum, don't do that. Don't talk to him like that. You know he's sensitive and the way he move, right? And I'm just like, what are you talking? Man. Let me show you. Sit right here. Look, you ain't wash your face. Your mama gonna be mad. You got to go wash your face. But this is how our parents used to do. Look. This is how our parents used to do. But y'all don't know what it's like for people to talk on house phones. This is how our parents used to do. He right here. This is us as kids, right?
Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you what happened. He thought he was slick. Him and his little friend gonna try to talk to the little girls. He slid in somebody's DM. You know what I did? Slid that belt right across his rump. Hey, go get me some water. Go get me some water. Go wash your face. Go get me some water. And girl, look, why he leaving? This is how our parents talking to us. Girl, and let me tell you this. and bring me, put some ice on it. And girl, he tried to kick back. Bring that extension cord, and he gonna get that extension cord next time. That's how they used to do. Hey, for real, bring me a bottle of water. Go bring me a bottle of water. Okay. That's how our parents used to do us. And guess what, Brother Roy? Baby poop, mama just let outside. You want to clean it or you want me to clean it? Oh, wait, hey. You the real MVP. Bring my water before you touch that poop, though. I love you. Dylan, ladies and gentlemen, he is up.
Good Dylan. Good Dylan.
So listen,
The
we
slippery
used to
Shock Dylan.
whoop. We used to get whooped, talked about, all of that in front of our friends, teachers, church members. I turned out fine. Mika was, don't talk to him like that. You know, he's sensitive and he don't talk to him. So he would have reacted worse had I went upstairs and whooped him, Brother Royce. Had I went up there and got on his rump, whooped that backside in front of his friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, no, we got. So whenever she's telling me about, you might hurt his feelings. I could have whooped his ass. I could have been dead. I could have done what dads have done for centuries, Brother Royce. I could have put leather to backside and been fine in front of them. I didn't do that. Wooden spoons, pots, pens, switches, ice waters, shoes, alternator belts off 1978 Thunderbirds, switches, punches, slaps, backhands, shirt grabs, 2 punches real quick. I've been through it all, Brother Royce. I have not skipped a step in the chastisement as a child. I went through every step and turned out fine. She told me, don't talk to him like that in front of his friends. Brother Royce, help me, please.
Well, let me ask this. I'm gonna ask this question before I comment on your approach. Well, you haven't asked me a question yet, so
Was she wrong, Brother Royce? I know she was wrong, Brother Royce. I ain't even asked. I ain't even gonna worry about it, brother. I know she was wrong, Brother Royce. Tell me. Go tell her. I know she might be watching. Brother Royce. All right, Brother Royce. Hey.
Now that you've asked a question, see, good counselors don't just start talking. They wait till you ask them a question. So was she wrong for talking to you or challenging the way that you decided to address Dylan's disobedience? Let's talk about how she did it first. Did she do it in front of Dylan and his kids? Dylan and his friend. Did she do it in front of Dylan and his friend? Nope. All right. So Shamika get a star for that. She get a star for the fact that she did it, addressed you about how you addressed Dylan in front of his friend. She did that in private. That's big. That's big. Because what you don't want her to do is challenge you in front of the child, because then it makes the child think, oh, y'all not on one accord. Oh, okay, well, let me see who I can play against one another. And so that there's no unity. When the children don't see any unity in the parents, then that has a damaging effect on the child themselves. So the fact that she at least addressed you about it in private is big. Now you shaking your head. Now why you don't like that? You don't like
I'm shaking my head because she in the comments talk about don't embarrass my baby. Embarrass?
Well, we haven't got to that point yet.
Don't make me tough. The world is hard. I'm not babying no man, please.
Okay, all right. So we got that part out the way. She addressed you in private. As parents, you do not have that kind of discord and conversation in front of your children. All right. Now, let's talk about what she said. Hey, don't talk to him like that. I tried to write some of it down. He's sensitive. You know how sensitive he is. Now, Kiati, what church do you go to?
Crossover Bible Fellowship.
Crossover Bible Fellowship. Who's your pastor?
Pastor Blake Wilson.
Pastor Blake Wilson. Well, Kiati. I was in church Sunday, and you know where I sit in the church, and I looked over my right shoulder, and I saw the Brown family. Hey, Brown family. Kiati, Shamika. I saw the kids. I saw y'all had some guests. And just so happened on Sunday, Pastor was talking about parenting and fatherhood and things like that. And there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about how to parent. And one of those scriptures is found in Ephesians 6, 1, I believe it is. It talks about how fathers do not provoke your children to wrath. Talks about fathers don't provoke your children to wrath. So here's what's an interesting concept. We are the parent. We are the parent. We're the adults. We're the ones responsible for disciplining our children. We have that right to discipline our children. That's biblical. Our children don't have a right to discipline us. It's the other way around. So there's structure to it. In that structure, God has rules and regulations within the structure.
Correct.
And one of those rules and regulations is children, obey your parents. All right. But parents, you don't have a free pass on how you parent. I know we don't like that. We don't like that. We have to follow rules and regulations on how we parent. And one of those things is fathers, don't provoke your children to wrath. It even uses one word called exacerbate. Don't exacerbate your children to wrath. Don't make them feel like they're worthless. Don't take their heart from them. Don't crush their spirit. Don't make them feel like they're less than. Don't tear them down, but yet build them up. And so, was Shamika correct in pointing out the fact that you may have said something that was damaging, that you may have said something that was not uplifting, but yet more destructive? Was she correct in pointing that out? Quite possible.
I called him a dummy for doing something dumb. When someone does something dumb and you address what they did, that is what a dummy does dumb things.
I heard what you called him.
To not go outside with your socks on and it's raining or it's wet outside. If you do something that is dumb and I call you a dummy, I'm not calling you a dummy because you didn't do something that warranted me calling you dummy. So what you're saying is I just should have went and whooped him. Because if the Bible said, spare the rod, spoil the child, or whatever that verse was, I should just went up there and whooped him. And then that way we wouldn't be having this conversation. Then because I chose to say dummy instead of whooping him for disobeying me and doing what I told him not to do, you have an issue with that. That's what you said. If you do something dumb, if I did something wrong and my parents called me out for that, I did that. That's what I did. I shouldn't have done that. It could have been worse. I don't feel like I did nothing wrong for calling him a dummy because he did something dumb.
Okay. Hey. So let's ask this question. Mm-hmm. Was there any you corrected what he did. You corrected that. Hey, dummy, don't do that. Did you come back and confirm who he actually is? Hey, you smarter than that, man. Come on now. Dylan, you know better, man. You're a brilliant kid. You are XYZ. Okay.
Yeah. I came back after that and pull him to the side, but I always do that when I get on him.
Yeah.
Anytime I always pull him to the side and we chop it up after. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. Well, that can be a way to help balance that out. But you still got to think about this. Once the damage is done, you gotta wonder. When the damage is done, just because you go back and put salve on it, doesn't mean that there's still not a hole there. So what we want to do is don't create the hole in the first place. Don't create the hurt in the first place. But we're human, we're flesh. I did it. Josette used to tell me, I used to call my daughter, I used to say, like, you stupid. And so you sound like me. Now, if I'm just being transparent, I'm no expert over here and telling you wrong. I'm telling you, I learned from my mistakes. And Josette used to come and tell me, hey, you're calling her stupid. You're telling her she was stupid for that. I said, okay. I had to learn a different way to say and get my message across so that I wouldn't put a label on my child as being stupid. I had to say things like, you're acting like a stupid person and you're not. I mean, you can agree with that or you can not agree with it, but I literally had to reframe how I was trying to get my message across. Right. You're not a dummy. You're not stupid. you're acting like someone who is stupid. You're acting like someone who doesn't know better, and I know you do. And so for that little piece, did I kind of send the same message, but yet did not put the label on them? You know, and was it still effective? Now you're right. When I was young, yeah, brother, you'd have got them whoopings. You'd have got them switches. You'd have got them. Now my family would disagree because they say I was the baby. My mom spoiled me. She didn't touch me. She didn't let me get dirty. But don't listen to them. Yeah, my mom. Listen. One time, my mama was whooping my brother, and I was standing behind her, and she swung back and hit me, and I was like, "Mama, you hit me." She turned around and said, "Well, you get one too." I mean, I was an innocent bystander.
Yeah,
I was innocent bystander.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to say this: how we talk to our kids is important, especially, hear me well, men. Listen up. Go check out Pastor Blake's message from this past Sunday in our Rooted series, Crossover Bible Fellowship. Tune into that. Great message on parenting, on fatherhood specifically, but it just talked about how the importance of a father's words to a child is so significant to their life. I mean, it's real important. Sunday, I was squirming in my seat.
This is coming from the person that cussed them out, not me. This is coming from the person that all I said was dummy.
I was going there next. All I
said was dummy. So it's like, wait a minute, ma'am. You'll tell them to get their A, and if they don't stop whoop whoop this and that, this is not. I'm not. Wait, I said dummy. That's it. Are you scared? It's like, man, time out. Stop.
I don't see Shamika on the thread no more. I don't see her. She kind of, maybe the dentist called her in there.
Come here. Listen, and I'm not being funny. Come here, bro. Good morning, bro.
Good morning,
bro.
Hey, bro.
You remember when you walked through the house with your socks on in the trampoline?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Daddy said, "Dummy, why would you do that?"
Yeah.
And then later, before I left and went to work, did I pull you to the side so we could talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime you remember the when we sat in church together on Sunday, Dylan sat in service with us this Sunday. What was Pastor talking about in church this Sunday? It was $20 on the line. This one, what we got?
I already told you, and you said,
Tell me, just tell me.
To never put weight on your wife.
Right. You're going the right way.
Yeah,
he basically,
yeah.
Jeremiah say you don't know. Good morning, Jeremiah. Jeremiah say you don't know, bro.
Sure
Jeremiah watching. Tell him.
You sure about that, bro?
Tell him, bro. Y'all see how he be talking? Jeremiah said you didn't know, not me.
Sure about that, bro? I know, but then my dad said that's not what he said.
Tell him what you remember then. Basically, Pastor was saying in the Bible said that men are supposed to raise their children, not women. And a lot of us men get it misconstrued that the wife is the person that deals with and handles the children. And that's not how it's supposed to be. As a husband, you should never put that responsibility off on your wife. It's basically you giving your wife control of your family. And that's not how the structure was set up. The men are supposed to be the ones that when it's time to learn, time to teach, time to discipline, the man should be in that role. The father should be a father to their kid. Pastor said it's like arrows. And when you deal with your kids, especially back in the old school times, no arrow was built the same. They didn't have any arrow manufacturing companies. And so for that reason, every father had to know, okay, this arrow is a little bit shorter. So if I wanted to make it there, I may have to lean the angle. It's your job to make sure that your kids hit the bullseye. You got to understand what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, kid. These are the things that, you know, as fathers, we have to know. And so basically that's what he was saying. Just, even dealing with your kids, you got to know how to chastise your kids. You got to know what they react to. Everybody may not react to whooping. Sometimes your kids may react to you grounding them and punishing them. Sometimes they may react to, come on, give me that phone. You know what I'm saying? There's different things that different children react to. And as dads, it's our job to know how different our kids are. So that's right. Basically the thing.
So let me add this. Appreciate you, Dylan. Thank you, sir. Let me add this. So Shamika said something very important. In her addressing you about the situation. She says, you know how sensitive he is. That means Dylan has a particular personality that his mother has picked up on. And she even referenced it. Apparently you picked up on it too, because she says, you know how sensitive he is. Now, whether he's that sensitive or not, listen to me. She says, you know. Now, you talked about those arrows and in terms of every arrow, when they made arrows back in biblical days, no arrow was just the same. The Bible talks about how our children are arrows. And so when you take a child and put him in the bow, or put the arrow in the bow and shoot it, you have to shoot it to hit the target based on the arrow itself. If it's got a little bend in it or something like that, but you are responsible for hitting the target with that arrow, regardless of how it's shaped. And so as parents, we have a responsibility to examine each child, know how they're uniquely made, and adjust our parenting styles to our children based on that. Because supposedly we're the experts in the room, and we have more knowledge than the children. So that's important. Now, you said something that was key. You said, but she cussed him out. That's what I was going to get back to.
Right.
When Shamika comes to you and says, you shouldn't say that, does Shamika have a history of, making sure that she talks to the children in the correct way? Does she have a history of not? Do you find yourself having to challenge the way she talks to the child? Because if you do, then that might show some inconsistency on her part, where she corrects you, but not necessarily herself. And so that's a challenge.
So look, man, I always say, and then first and foremost, my kids, Dylan is not that sensitive. Brother Royce, we be outside,
right,
playing basketball. Dylan be, I'm finna bust your A, daddy. I said, yo, what? Excuse me? I'm finna bust your A. My A? I know we can't cuss. I know I'm supposed to cuss, but I'm just saying, you come over here playing, you gonna get the work. He talk crazy. Like Dylan really be in his bag. So my thing is like, man, at the end of the day, me calling bro dummy, Dylan is not, I say, hey man, Dylan is not soft as people think he is. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Dylan on Instagram talk about no. Yes, buddy. Dylan be talking crazy. So my thing is, at the end of the day, hey brother, as a dad, on my scale of how do we handle this situation, should I not have called him a dummy? Maybe to y'all, it could have been worse. I feel like, cool, you saying that, I'm not going to overlook the fact that you feel like I shouldn't have called him a dummy. Respect. I'll acknowledge that. But at the same time, even saying that, I'm saying it and where it was coming from, I wasn't saying it to be crushing to my son. I wasn't saying it to be little or down to. He know that was dumb. So for me, I feel like
the act was dumb. The act was dumb.
Right. So my thing is, to a certain extent, as a parent, if we baby them and whenever they do dumb stuff, we don't say that's dumb. That's wrong. You could have done that better. No, that was wrong. If we don't be real, then when the world is real with our kids, and then nobody's going to be there to be sensitive. Nobody's going to be there to say, hey, well, he's sensitive. To a certain extent, it's about, hey, man, let me be real with you. And a lot of time people don't like whenever you're real with them. It wasn't about me saying something. I know at the end of the day, not being funny, bro, no, he could have got cussed out had it been somebody else. All I said was, dummy, you know I told you don't come in this house like that. What if y'all, again, running with these kids playing, you got wet socks on and you slip on these wood floors. Now who gonna be, why were y'all doing? Boom, boom. All I'm saying is, hey, bro, that was dumb. Because it was. And not only was it dumb, you disobeyed what I asked you to do. This could have been worse. All I'm doing is checking you. It's been plenty of times that my parents have said something to me around my friends. And my friends be like, dang, your mom and them don't play. No, you're right, bro. They don't play, man. We tripping. Right. It could have been worse. But if should I have said, hey, that was dumb of you to do? Hey, that was a dumb thing you just did. You know what I'm saying? He's like, all right, I hear you. Whatever. I hear you. Cool. Whatever.
So let me ask you this. Are you saying if you would have said that's dumb what you did, it wouldn't have had as much impact? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he would have been like,
okay, all right. So here's a question. This is a good question. Hold on. All right, if I just heard you correctly, if I would have said that was dumb what you did, he'd have been like, yeah, okay, whatever. So you were going for impact. You were going
absolutely.
You were going for impact.
Absolutely.
You wanted him to feel it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Based on what you wanted him to feel, what did you want him to learn?
Don't do that no more.
Okay. All right. Don't do what anymore?
Don't go outside in socks when it's wet and then run back up in my house.
All right. So don't do that action anymore because that action was dumb.
Right. Well, not the action, the full you looking outside, seeing it was wet. Let's go. Boom. I don't remember nothing my daddy then said. And then do what you do. Then come back in. Then run it through the house and then still be up there playing with wet socks on. My thing is, if we don't stop and get your attention now on stuff like this, then the real life stuff, whenever we tell you, hey, Dylan, don't have sex. Hey, Dylan, don't do drugs. Hey, Dylan, don't do stuff like this and that. That's the wrong thing to do, son. That might not be how we need to do things. Nah, man, let me get your attention right now on this small. When it gets to real stuff, and I say, hey, man, don't, you be like, dang, I remember how I felt whenever I did that. That wasn't cool. I do remember my dad said, don't do that. Okay, dang, nah, let me not. Hey, don't do that, son. That's the wrong thing. Hey, please stop. That's not a good mature thing for you to do as a kid. Bro, right. We got whooped, popped, spanked. I don't do none of that. So again, since I use words to talk to you and I try to speak to you and give you a chance to communicate, at the end of the day, let me just use words. Other than putting my hands, I was abused as a child. I could have went up there and whooped, bro. I don't whoop my kids like that. You know what I'm saying? But my kids understand when I talk, they listen. Whenever I'm here, I don't get to the point to where I'm screaming and cussing at the kids, because when I ask them to do something, they understand what I asked them to do and they understand the intent behind why I say what I say. So again, it's dummy the word. If dummy is the thing that you get caught up on, it's like, all right, cool, I said dummy. But at the same time, because of how I deal with them and how I discipline them, it don't get to the point to where I'm screaming and cussing. I don't have problems when it comes to when I talk and say something to my kids without cussing at them. When I say, hey, woo, 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 that's what we do. So at the end of the day, it's almost like the equivalent of the NBA. When we watch NBA games from the 90s, them boys used to hack, boom, football. You used to pick up the quarterback and duplex him and nobody said nothing. Now they be like, hey, whoa, hey, they pushed him down. You pushed him too hard. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? We come from an era of gladiators, brother. Michael Jordan and them was around here fighting, throwing punches. Nobody got ejected. That was just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So again, for me, my thing is, Miss Me say I be cussing. You know what? Here's the comment, parents. And this is not a judge. This is not a judgment thing right now.
Right.
This is not a judgment thing. You know, I call my son a dummy. Right? Could I have done that differently? Absolutely. Do I feel like I should have done it differently? Absolutely not. I feel like at the end of the day, man, you know, could I have done it differently? Yeah. Now listen. Do y'all cuss at y'all kids? I'm just this is not Brother Royce is not judging y'all for y'all comments right now. This is real relationship goals. We're talking about real relationships between parents and kids. Do you cuss at kids?
Where they going? Is your wife going to? Is she going to chime in on this one?
No, she done got back in the dental chair. She's getting
she's in the dental chair. Yeah.
Country Cake say y'all kids to themselves when they not around us. They cuss and talk like that all the time, but they don't do it out of us because they know don't disrespect.
Jamar said yes. Kimberly said yes. Sheree said yes.
I just told you know what I just told my kids last night downstairs.
What's that?
Before they went to bed, I said, hey, come here, man. I said, hey, man, I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, right? Y'all are some amazing kids. Y'all are some incredible kids. Y'all are gonna do some powerful things. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Don't let me catch y'all cussing. I know y'all get around us. I know when y'all be around y'all little friends, y'all talk crazy. Don't ever let me catch y'all cussing. Because if I catch y'all cussing, it's gonna be a problem. You know what Dylan said? You know what Dylan said? Okay.
What?
Dylan said, okay. And Parker said, okay. Parker hit her hand on the door hard last night. We playing tag. We playing every night before we go to bed, we play tag, right? And Parker is she's one of them kids that, and again, Parker's 12, y'all.
Right.
Parker is her mama child. Parker hit her hand hard trying to hit me. She tried to hit me and I moved. She hit the door like this. Boom. She said, oh, she said, Dad. I said, what? She said, can I say it? I said, go ahead, Parker. She said, Mom. We bust out laughing. It hurt, y'all. I'm telling y'all. She hit that wall so hard. I heard it. And I know she was looking at me like, Dad, please. I said, come on, baby. Go ahead. Just get it. Boom. She hit her hand, right? I'm not going to tell y'all that as the parent, I'm not going to parent my kids according to how, but I'm not going to be around them. Parker and them heard me say the N word in H-Town for real. I was like, Dad cussed. Dad cussed. Dad, you just cussed. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So again, could I have said it differently? Possibly. Right. Do I feel like I was wrong? Possibly not. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I could have. But again, it's all about how we do. You know, so
well, I do want to say this. Now, man, listen, I think the way you have you and Shamika parenting on both ends, both of you guys, y'all have done a great job. And this is not a judgment or anything like that, but you guys have done a fabulous job in raising your kids. In terms of your parenting skills, bus daddy with the beard. What was the name back?
Yeah, bus driver with the beard.
Driver with the beard, and your videos that you guys have both shown of playing with the kids. So there is obviously a balance in the home, and that's very important that there's balance. There has to be discipline. Biblically, the Bible says there needs to be discipline, but there also needs to be love. So I discipline out of love. I discipline out of a place of caring. When I discipline out of anger, now I'm in sin as a parent. Now that may not be sexy, that may not be popular, but when I discipline my child out of anger, now I'm in trouble. Watch this. I'm in trouble with my father because I'm still a child in his eyes. Right. And if he, as my father, does not come down and crush me when I sin and when I mess up and call me, out of my name and, whatever, just crush my spirits, then I'm supposed to mirror that parenting style to my kids. If he shows me grace and mercy when I mess up, and when I mess up big over and over again, he shows me grace and mercy. He's teaching me how to show grace and mercy to my children. As a matter of fact, now this might be a little off, but just hear me out. In the what we call as Christians the model prayer, it's our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts. Watch this. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Now, most people run by that and they don't think about that.
Who is a debtor? I don't even know what a debtor is, brother. Debtor. Dead or alive. I don't know what the debtor is. Listen, we say that. I don't know what that means, brother, boy.
Forgive me, God. Forgive me for my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. Forgive me of my sins as I forgive those who sin against me. In other words, there's a clause in the model prayer even when it comes to being offended. So let's just put it in the offense column for a second. Okay. And say that my daughter, when she was young, she offended me as her father. And as her father, I laid down the hammer and I came down hard. I then turn and pray to God and say, God, forgive me as I forgive those who offend me. As I offend you, I'm asking God you to forgive me. But I need you to base it on how I forgive others. That's literally what we're saying in that prayer. Forgive me of my trespasses as I forgive others who trespass against me.
Well, I'm glad I don't hold grudges out here. That dog, you're right, brother. Talk to him, brother Royce. That ain't. I'm forgiving. I'm glad that's what it meant, then.
Yeah.
Dead or.
So we got to think about that. As parents, we are modeling the parenting of our Father God, in terms of how he parents us. He parents us with grace. He parents us with patience, long suffering. He parents us with long suffering. But he also disciplines us. Don't get it twisted. He will discipline us. He disciplines us in consequences based off the sins we commit. You can be forgiven, but you still got consequences. How do you translate that to a child's punishment? Hey, I still love you. You're still my child, but guess what? Give me the phone. That's the consequences. All right. I still love you. You're still my child, but give me them tennis shoes. I still love you. You're still my child, but you're not going to the party. I still love you. You're still my child, but I need you to go to your room and you're not coming out for a week. I mean, whatever it is, I still love you. I'm not, but you still got consequences to the offense that you committed. And it all boils down to balance. It all boils down to, am I showing equal or greater amounts of love, patience, grace, and mercy as I am with discipline?
Here's another thing.
Yeah.
Parents sometimes will show more grace and discipline to one child than they will another.
That's true.
So instead of them handling both children the same way, they give one child more grace and more mercy than they give the other child. Or they handle one child a certain kind of way, and then when it gets to the other child, you're rougher, sterner for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So again, you got to deal with all your kids the same, because it's sad to say a lot of parents don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like even me growing up as a child, my stepfather was more what's the right term to use? He was more critical of my actions than he may have been over my brothers or sisters. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of time as parents too, we got to understand that you set the temperature for your house. And so when you're dealing with these kids, y'all may not understand it, but kids are smart enough to understand that, well, now mom deals with me different, or mom shows them favoritism. Kids pick up on favoritism. Like, don't ever get it twisted. A lot of y'all think kids don't. And I'm not talking about handling them different. I'm gonna call it favoritism. We gotta be sure that, and you wonder why, and this is real. Y'all wonder why whenever parents get older, they get into these homes and stuff, and they be like, my kids don't check on me. It's just like, it's for real, y'all. Listen, how you treat these kids now is going to reflect how they handle you when they get older. You always switch roles. They need you now. One day you going to need them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please watch how y'all handle and treat these kids.
Amen. Amen.
For real now. Listen, I know it might seem, some of y'all might not look at it like that, but I'm telling y'all, if y'all never thought about that before today, hey man, y'all are gonna switch places. One day you'll get to the point to where you're gonna need your kids. And they remember everything. You might not think they do. I remember whoopings I got when I was little. I remember why they did it. I remember who was the person. I'm telling y'all.
Listen,
so again,
the hand that wipe your butt today, or the hand who's the butt you wipe today is going to be connected to the hand that wipe your butt tomorrow. So, you know, be mindful of how you parent. I like what one of the listeners said, Lakeisha Weaver. She talked about how, you know, sometimes parents will say that they're hard on you because you have more potential and they want more out of you. So watch this. We talked about earlier those arrows and knowing your child. So you can actually see that a child has, you know, what you want to call potential, and they need a certain a different type of parenting style. That's all a part of you knowing how, you know, they're bent and how they're made. And so when the Bible talks about train up a child in the way that they should go, it literally means, hey, you're to examine them, you're to kind of see which direction they're going in, and make sure that you kind of cultivate a direction that's going to be honorable to God, and kind of groom them and grow them based off the word of God, in terms of how they appear to be, you know, leaning. Back in biblical times, it was more of a, if your child looked like they were going to be a hunter, then, you know, kind of guide that. If they looked like they were going to be a cook in the kitchen, kind of guide that and be okay with that. If they were artists, kind of guide that, you know, in a way that was going to honor God in terms of how they were going to live. But if you see a child and you say to yourself, man, I can be hard on them because I know your potential, just understand you need to be equally as loving when it's time to be loving, and make sure they get just as, because you can't have discipline that's different, but love that's the same. You know, and let me just, you know, be hypothetical. If you do say, I see you have more potential, so let me discipline you, I'm gonna be hard on you. Okay, well, when it's time for a reward, they don't get an ice cream, they get some Jordans. They could, because you the one said they got more potential, so now you gonna bear down on them. When it's time to lift them up, they need to be lifted high, because if not, it doesn't balance out, and now you tripping. And so now they grow up with this attitude towards you, and by the grace of God, they turn out good, and they turn out to be champion NBA players. But guess what? They don't have any stories of when you set them down on your lap and told them how special they were. All they got was, you were hard on me, you were hard on me, you were hard on me. Here's a prime example. One of the greatest football players of all time, played for the Detroit Lions, was running back in the day, Sanders. All right. So if you ever watch the story about what's Sanders' first name? I want to say Deion Sanders. Barry Sanders. So Barry Sanders back in the day, he'll tell you his dad was hard on him, crushed him as a kid. It made him the superstar and the Hall of Famer that he was. But guess what he did not have as a grown man? He did not have a healthy relationship with his father. Why? Because all he remembered was the crush. He never had any compassion. If all you got is crush and no compassion, then you might very well raise a Hall of Famer. But does that Hall of Famer, can he acknowledge you in a bright light? Can he talk about how, you know, you loved him, yet you challenged him? Then that ain't what you want. That ain't what you want. Your daddy on the sideline, yeah, but guess what you're doing? Hi, Mom. That's part of the consequences. That's part of the consequences. You wonder why they don't say, hey, Dad, oh, man, you crushed me when I was a kid, and look what I am today. No, you know what they do? Hi, Mom. Yeah. So can't be all crush and no compassion and blame it on the fact of I know your potential. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta look at Jordan's dad. He did a great job.
Amen. Amen. You might know my potential, but you might want to be a prophet, because one day I'm going to have to wipe your behind, and I'm going to remember all them crushing moments that you gave me without any compassion. It's got to be a balance, man. It's got to be a balance. And here's the thing, parents, listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Here's a big misconception about parenting. You ready? The big misconception about parenting is because we're the adult, we're doing it right and we're always right. That's wrong. That's no. As parents, as the adult in the room, we're still being judged. We're still being held accountable. We still have to be responsible, and we still have consequences. Because remember what I said earlier, we're still children in his eyes. Not only that, but we are stewards over our children that are his children. Yeah. And we have to answer for how we children his children, or how we parent his children. We got to still answer for that. So if you do have a child, and if you're one of those parents that says, I'm hard on them because I know their potential. Okay. But does the love, grace, and the rewards that you show that child, give that child, does it balance and equal out? Or is it all crush? Is it just crush, hard, and no love, compassion, grace, and mercy that you want God to show you as his child?
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I hope that's good, man. I got it.
Good stuff. I think, for a lot of us, especially in how we grew up, we do look back now and be like, man, I don't think my parents did that right? We still turn that right. We be like, man, y'all know. And I don't know if y'all do know this, you know what I'm saying? But, just respectfully, and while we're in this space, I was abused as a kid. So for me, I was the kid that went to school, that got whooped, that had blood bleeding through my clothes. My teacher thought it was ketchup on my shirt. And she went to go wipe the ketchup off, and seen that my t-shirt was stuck to my back. My teacher started crying. And they ended up calling CPS. CPS went to my stepfather at the time. And again, way younger. You know what I'm saying? Do you know? And the crazy thing is, I never said anything about me getting whooped. I never said anything about that. My teacher saw due to how he whooped me, and he just changed the kind of abuse. So then he started whooping me directly on my butt. And then he was like, go to school and show him your ass now. Go show him your ass. You want to show him something? And it was just like, man, wait, what? I didn't first, just as mentally, y'all, I still deal with PTSD from that sometime now. I be riding sometime, and I used to hear my stepfather screaming or talking in my head, right? And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Why am I hearing bro? Not even understanding that I was dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that we be going through in our minds, and people make us feel like we crazy, but just until you really get older and understand what it is that you're dealing with, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? My wife and them be like, man, y'all, my husband not scared of nothing. It's weird, how people are fearful and this and that. I don't have a fear button. That's not a good thing. I don't have a fear button because when I was a kid, a grown man used to beat on me. So my mind doesn't register fear. I feel like as a kid, if I can survive a grown man punching and hitting on me or blowing smoke in my face, when I'm out here in the streets and somebody play with me or do something, fam, I'm gonna beat you up, or I'm gonna handle my business. I don't have a pause button, none of that. I don't, big, small. My mentality since I was a kid was, hey, say fam, you will never, people was like, man, hard body Kiati. Yeah, they don't know I started working out because my dad abused me. My little sisters were taken advantage of by a grown man. And so for me, I started working out and boxing and learning how to shoot and doing all that the right way, because I'm like, man, if it ever come down to it, based on how I was dealt with, I'm going to deal with bro, period.
Yeah.
And take my little time or whatever come because of how I got dealt with as a kid. So again, I never try to glorify violence or none of that. That's not what I'm about. But I am about protecting myself and protecting my family. And that's why some of the things I dealt with as a child dictated and drove me down some of these lanes that I'm in now as an adult. You know what I'm saying? And I know usually people in my position don't talk about, yes, I was abused as a child, or yes, you know, I was handled, or yes, this and that, because, you know, everybody has this cool, this and that, you know. Man, I went through some stuff as a kid, as a child. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, did it make me? Yeah. You know, did it make me watch how I handle my kids? That's why I don't really whoop my kids. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's like, no, it's another way we can do it besides whooping. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish that out.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You good, brother?
First of all, man, listen, I want to, you know, thank you for being transparent and sharing that story. And I pray that it bless somebody out there that you shared your testimony. And I'm sorry that happened to you. Let me ask you this, Kiati. Have you ever, you know, do you feel like you know, ever needed to go get counseling for that? You talked about PTSD. That is a counseling term. That's psychological term, professional psychological term. Do you feel like you needed to see somebody?
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
This is the reason why I don't like counselors. I got to catch this work meeting in a minute. But the reason why I don't is because they made us go to counseling. The counselor asked me, she was like, "Are you mad at your dad?" I said yes, because I didn't consider my stepfather my real dad. That's my stepfather. My father got murdered when I was younger and he left, right? So he was no longer with us. That's how my mom was able to get with my stepdad. So when she asked me that, I said yes. At the end of the day, if my real dad was here, I wouldn't have to deal with this stepdad, right? The counselor ended up going to tell my stepfather, "Oh, well, he's mad at you," which ain't even what I said. I wasn't talking about him. I answered the question directly. She went back and said something to my stepfather, which made him turn up, which made it worse. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my whole thing was, man, I don't really, if this is what counseling is, I'm cool.
Gotcha. Man,
I'm you know, so.
Sorry she handled it that way. I know you got to go, man. We may have to pick this up next week, but I want to thank everybody for, you know, your comments, man. And this is a deep subject. As you can see, you know, we run through a lot in relationship, and it's not always about the husband and wife. It's about how you parent too, because parenting can be, the relationship between you and your child can be equally as important in terms of how you handle it as between you and your spouse. And then we got a lot of single parents out there. We just cracked the surface on the parenting part. We haven't even gotten to the struggles that a single parent has with their children, because it's all on them. And they may not have that person in their life to help them balance out when they went in too hard. So Kiati, man, we may have to come back.
Definitely.
We got more time.
Hey, and y'all, I definitely appreciate everybody for watching on Instagram. A lot of great comments on Instagram. A lot of great comments on here. You know, we all deal through stuff, and I feel like, you know, for us, man, y'all wonder why I love on people so hard and why I be about love the city and love your wife, and man, because whenever we come from what I came from, I don't have another option but to love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, love is therapeutic for me. Treating people the right way, man. I've been through so much. That's why I love on y'all so much, and that's why we treat everybody like family, just because I understand what it feels like to not be in that position. You know what I'm saying? So again, hey man, we really appreciate everybody for watching and for jumping on. Shout out Yachty, Montez 13. I see you. What's up? Top Cat, I see you. What's up, man? Shout out everybody. Team Stay Motivated. I see y'all. What's up? Again, man, love and Brother Royce, man. Again, if y'all would like to reach out to get with Brother Royce for you know, coaching, and you just want to figure out how do you get better, you know, as a parent, or if you want to figure out how do I you know, move past, or how do I deal with this, how do I deal with that, again, married at crossoverbf.com. That's married at crossoverbf.com. And you guys definitely can reach out, man. AM Wake Up Show. We will see you guys again. We may jump. We're gonna check Brother Roy's schedule. We might get on Friday so we can end this conversation. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I see y'all tonight, 6 o'clock. Peace.